maybe don't give toxic S-bags a platform. That's like inviting David Duke onto a podcast about racial tensions in America. Why, oh why would someone say that about little old me? Well, things get interesting. And I'll explain. There's a whole story behind this, so come on a little journey with me. Hello, I'm Drunk 3PO. My friends call me Jay. This is a little different type of video. Normal, just kind of want to go through some events in case things start getting out on Twitter and everything else, so you could see my perspective, my point of view. Let's start from the beginning. Hello, this is Pete. Pete runs the Around the Galaxy podcast. Maybe a month or two ago, Pete came across some of my videos on YouTube. He didn't like what I had to say. So on Twitter, he called me out for one of the videos that I made. It was about the raising prices of the Disney hotel. And he went to take to Twitter to say I was whining about the prices and that I shouldn't have whined about the prices. And he went on to tag me. Perfectly fine. I make a video, I make a Twitter post, say whatever you want about it. I've opened myself up to criticism. You can like it, you can not like it, you could thumbs it up, you could thumbs it down. That's your option. I don't get to choose that. You get to choose that. But he did tag me on Twitter, so I responded. We then went back and forth, and things got a little heated. Probably not between us, but other parties got involved in the conversation. Pete, to his credit, went to delete those tweets. He then blocked me and a few others from Twitter, and I didn't think anything else of it. A few weeks later, Pete started showing up in some videos of mine. He showed up in a video of mine that I remember. It was about Ryan Johnson, and his comments were a tad critical. Again, you have every right to be critical in my videos. I remembered who he was, and I said, I wonder if he just needs a conversation. So I reached out to Pete, and I said, look, there's obviously an issue with what I'm doing on my YouTube channel and what I'm representing and who I am. Would you care to talk about it? You may ask, Pete. I did not come at him aggressively. I came at him, hey, you got some issues with me? Let's talk about it. Because that's what real people do. You have an issue with me? Let's talk about it. I said, I'm willing to even come on your podcast. So there's a record of our conversation. I'm not afraid. You can criticize me. You could talk about me. You can say whatever you want of me. It doesn't bother me. It won't hurt me. I'm not one of those people that goes home and cries because someone thumbed down my video or left a comment. Me and P had dialogue and conversation. He asked questions about the Fandom Menace and why am I affiliated with them and so on. And so we had a dialogue, and he thought this would make a great episode for the podcast because I believe, and I'm only speaking for myself, he could speak for himself, that he might have learned something. He might have labeled me personally something that I wasn't. And so he felt that the conversation was great. The podcast was recorded. And we both felt like, I think we came out of it pretty well. He understood some things on why the videos that I make. I understood where he was coming from. We disagreed on a lot of points, and that's okay. That is okay. I don't have to agree with him. I don't have to live in an echo chamber. So then this happens. He decided to tweet out to his followers that he's going to have someone that associates with the Fandom Menace on his show, and he kind of said, I want you guys to take it as a grain of salt and listen to the conversation and just understand, his point of view and et cetera, et cetera. And he went on, and that's when the fun begins. I'm going to show you a series of tweets from different people that came after Pete and myself for having that conversation. And I'll also explain to you why this podcast will not air. Pete has chosen not to air this podcast because the angry mob came in and swooped in and people were getting hurt. I'm also going to take this time to defend myself from the ridiculous accusations that have came from this angry mob. So let's begin, shall we? Immediately, people started commenting their displeasure of having this type of thing on a podcast, saying this is a bad move, shouldn't do this. These people don't deserve a platform, and how bad of an idea is. There were a few that came on and said, hey, why don't we just listen to this first before we judge? Yeah, good point. And that's when it really got worse. This one says, releasing the episode is a huge middle finger to all your marginalized and POC listeners. Please consider this. POC means people of color. This one says, if only someone could have Hitler on their podcast during World War II, only then we could understand where he's coming from. Terrible take to create controversy and get a few extra downloads. I just want to say this is disgusting. And for you to make those accusations about me and calling me these types of names and associating me with these types of people is extremely disgusting on your part. Number one, you didn't do your homework. You know nothing about me. You know nothing about my family. You know nothing about what I do. And for you to make those kind of accusations, compare me to these figures of hate, these disgusting figures of hate, and say I'm going to hurt a group of people because he had me on a podcast is truly disgusting. And it shows what kind of person you are for you to just throw out accusations like that with no mallet, no nothing. And this is what we've come to. People that know me, I ain't got to explain myself to anybody. People that know me know me. Hey, I got one for you. Why don't you come check out my channel Tuesday at 8 o'clock when I have my show on, Some Black Guys and a Drunk, and you could ask them what they think about me. Open invitation. This person went on a tirade, and my friend Sith Kryptonian stood up for me and tried to defend me, which I told him he didn't have to because it didn't matter. This person personally said that I had harassed him, that he had to block me, and that I'm one of the forefront radicals. He says that he knows me from personal experience because of the interaction that I've had with him. After Sith began to have conversation with him, he ended the conversation by saying, what makes you comfy to be friends with a harassing bigot? Yeah, I'm a harassing bigot. Then he gives my friend Sith the middle finger. Sith responds with this, basically saying, just a heads up, calling a man who has done more for people of color, children, and victims of disaster than you had done is a really bad move. I appreciate you, Sith, and I wanted to come on this video to say thank you. And you didn't have to, but I appreciate you. And I want to address that by saying this. I don't know this person. I did not harass this person. And I have no idea what they're talking about. People that know me on Twitter. I always say don't take my Twitter seriously. I might have said something that he didn't like. And there we go. I don't know what else to say on that, but I just trying to defend myself. And the reason why I'm making this video is to show you that this is the kind of crap that goes on with these type of people. I was having a civil conversation with Pete. That podcast will not air now. These people came and attacked him. He even said, listen, if you don't want to listen, just don't listen to it. And they just kept saying, you're giving this man, a radical, a bigot, a racist, someone that hurts, their words, people of color, a platform. And it got so bad that, you know, Pete was like, hey, I want to like talk about your charity and stuff. And it was like, man, what's the point? They've already labeled me for who I am. They've already come at me and said, this is who this person is. I don't want to hear from him. I don't want to know anything about him. I don't even want to hear his voice. Keep him away from me. And this is what they do. When you don't conform to what they want, they attack you. When you don't conform to their thinking, their logic, and how they want to see the world run, they will attack you. And it doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you voted for. It just doesn't matter. This is who these people are. And they will continue to use these tactics to stop conversation. They will continue to use these labels to silence what anyone has to say. I mean, look, they tried to get Dave Chappelle shut down. They got Kevin Hart taken out of the Oscars for a 9-year-old tweet. And they'll continue to do so. They'll continue to call you these names and give you these labels until they get what they want. And this is why I'm a part of the Fandom Menace movement. The Fandom Menace that has no leaders. That's best used when it's a hashtag. The Fandom Menace, which promotes free thinking, having an opinion, having disagreements. You know, just because I hang out with people, I don't agree with everything they say. I have people on my show. We have a show. We don't agree. But this is not what they want. They want what they want. And if they can't get what they want, these are the kind of things that they do. These are the kind of attacks on people's character and who they are. I don't have to explain myself to those that know me. They know me. They know who I am. If you don't know me and you watch this video and you think that's who I am from what these people said, reach out to me. Get to know me. Get to know what I'm all about. Get to know what I love to do. Get involved in the charity that I work for. Let's change the world. You know, let's help the lives of these children. Let's go in and be positive and educate one another. And let's have an opinion that we can agree and disagree with, but still be friends with at the end of the day. But you tell me, never once have I attacked these people. Never once have I gone after them. But they felt the need to come after me. They felt the need to label me. They felt the need to destroy my character. They felt the need to throw it out there on Twitter that I'm a harasser, that I'm a racist, that I'm a bigot, that I'm going to hurt people of color. You tell me. Which one was the hate group? You tell me. Which one was the mob? You tell me. You tell me. Tell me. And hopefully we can get back to just making videos, talking Star Wars, and just laughing and enjoying the world. Thank you for the time. Watching this is a long video. Thank you for all my supporters. Thank you for all my friends. And just thank you. Let's go out and change the world.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.